Okay, so in the world that we live in today, it's oversaturated with so many things, from people having their own businesses to people being able to make money from their creation and things that they created, as well as from things that they just put together. Well, I decided to create a brand from branching off my shoe line, Alaila Carroll Style, to making one for my son, Karem Cavit. So his last name is Cavit, that's my maiden name, and of course my married name is Carroll. So the name of our, I like how they wrapped it up, the packaging and everything. I always test my products because I want to always make sure that it's to my liking, and when I sell these products to you guys, I know what you are getting. So I decided to have my son, I would say, join my business, but what I'm doing is teaching him about the business. I want him to learn to be a businessman, not just an average employee. Now, I'm not saying anything is wrong with being an employee, but what I am saying is that that's what we was taught as I was growing up. I was taught to just go to school, get a degree, get a job, and pretty much pay bills. And I learned that that's not what life is really about. Some part of it is, but that's not all. So I created a brand for him called Cavit Carroll. So the Cavit for my son, Carroll for me. And he hasn't seen these shoes, but nice packaging that it comes in, magnetic box. The box is magnetic. See how it just snaps in place. And let's see. Yes, the product is made and crafted in Italy. So what I do, I design, I sketch everything. Oh, these are nice. So they did do a good job. I sketch everything. I tell them exactly what material I want to use, how I want it. I sketch it all out. Look at my baby. He always shows up, don't he? So it comes in a nice white bag that says made in Italy. And these shoes, if he was here, he's spending some time with his grandparents. So if he was here, I would let him put these on right now. So this is leather. This is leather. Oh, this is pure leather. And this is a texture of animal print. And when I say what kind of animal print, it's not a real animal, okay? For you animal lovers who are like, oh my God, did you kill a snake just to get this? No, I didn't. It's a python animal print. And as you can see, the name Cavit Carroll. Yes, it shows up very clearly and precise. So, and also on the inside, take these off. Now, why did I get white? My husband told me I should not have gotten him white shoes. I wanted these because I'm trying to teach him how to take care of things. If we avoid the inedible, then what do we expect? It will never get better if we don't give them the chance to practice. And it says Cavit Carroll right there as well. So these are leather, smooth leather. These are running style shoes, walking running style shoes. I would say they're comfortable. I haven't put my foot in, I can't fit these. These are kid size. The size of these are a size 5.5. This is a 5.5. Yes. So it tells you right here on the box, 5.5. Yes. And you can go on my website if you want. So I made a website for him, but I attached it to my website. And the website that you can go on is imagingcoaching.com Cavit Style. I'll put it in the link so that all you have to do is click on it and you can see all the other styles that are there. Now, he did have a hand in helping me create some shoes. This was the very first one that was created, and I created it myself. Now, he do have some on there online that he was able to create. I taught him how to do it. I know it's not easy because my son draws. I used to draw when I was a kid all the time. Backstory on me. How did I get involved in this? I used to draw all the time when I was a child. I loved drawing. Something that I enjoyed doing. Matter of fact, I did it so much that I thought I was going to be an artiste. But I found out that God had something else in store for me. Well, with the drawing, my son had picked that up. And he is also a drawer. And I said, you know what, since you like art, how about you create shoes? And that could be art on other people's feet. And voila, that's what this is. This is art on your feet. This is nice. It's all white. I thought it was going to be white and gray. That was the color I was aiming for. That's why I made the tennis shoes, the shoestrings gray. But then when I got to putting it together, and I was like, nah, I think it'll be better all white. I'm not big on all white shoes, personally. But my son said he really, really wanted some white shoes, so got him these. I sketched these out for him, sent the sketch to the Shoe Valley in Italy, and voila, we got that. Now, what is my goal? I'm gonna tell you. My goal is to teach my son responsibility, how to earn money the proper way. Not only just earn money the proper way, but to help him to get the mindset of a businessman, business mind. I went to school for business, so I can teach him what I learned, but I also know that business change. It changes over time. It's been changing all this time. And from when the time I went to school, LinkedIn had just started when I was in business school. LinkedIn just started. That was the talk. Get on social media and stuff like that. Put your resume out there. Help, those type of things. And it was more like helping to create a profile and all that stuff. Now, it's about content as well as algorithm. I am so sick of that. But I know that's going to change too. So as time goes on, I feel like if we teach our children to keep up with the changing of the time, then they won't be so far back and lost. I can easily just have my child go to school and that's it. Of course, when school is over with, what do he do then? I'm not going to put him in a position that I was in growing up. See, when I was growing up, my parents didn't have an entrepreneur mindset. They didn't have that. That wasn't in their mind. And their mind was go to school, get good grades, graduate, and get a job, get out of my house. And I was like, okay, well, that's not good because I wasn't taught anything about credit. I wasn't taught about anything with balancing checkbooks or bank accounts. I had learned all that on my own. And trust me, I failed a lot of times at it to where I said, okay, I don't want my children to go through this. So I figured what I would do is start teaching my child now. He's 11, he'll be 12 in 2 months. So as the year go on, I teach him a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And so by the time he's out of high school, he'll know what he want to do with his life. When I was in high school, what I wanted to do with my life was do hair. I did hair growing up, but then my mom killed my dream. Now, she don't know this, but she did kill my dream. Short story, when I was doing hair, I started when I was 9 years old. I would charge anyone who would come to the house to get their hair done. I did braiding, updos, pretty much anything except for cutting and coloring. I learned that in cosmetology school, the cutting and the coloring. Everything else I already knew. I know how to do relaxers, I know how to do the perm, the permanent perm, what the roller says for other style hair, Caucasian style hair, whatever. And the thing is that when I became 17 years old, my mom was asking me what I want to do with myself. I said, oh, I'm going to do hair. And the first thing that came out of her mouth was, there's no money in hair. You're not going to make any money doing hair. And I was thinking, like, I'm making money now doing hair, so why won't I be able to do it when I graduate? And she's like, that is not a job. And I lost confidence in that moment to the point where I started slacking on getting clientele. And I had a lot of clientele. For me to be as young as I was, I had a lot of clientele. I walked around with my own hairstyle. So I was a walking billboard. I would do my hair a certain way, people would like it, and then they would ask for it. And then I would do their hair the same way as mine, then I would take mine down. And so every 4 days I was changing my hairstyle because someone would want the hairstyle that I had. I never wanted to walk around looking like the next person, so I always changed my hair to another style. And then of course someone said they want that style, and then I would do the same, and it was a recycle, a repeated cycle. Anyways, as the years went on, and I remember I was 25 years old, and I had a brochure. I made a brochure myself. This is a brochure. So I made a brochure, and I had all the different hairstyles that I did and the prices that I charged. I was working at Hewlett Packard Computers, and I brought a bunch of them with me to the job. And I passed them out to all the females and some of the guys. Matter of fact, one of you guys, you know, because I gave you one and you brought your wife to me and I did her hair. Well, anyways, that was part of the time when I was thinking maybe I should go back into doing hair, because I had quit. I had quit doing hair for a while. And I remember I was married to my first husband at the time, and he was like, maybe you should go ahead and finish your license, finish getting your cosmetology license. I'll pay for your school, and you just do what you got to do. And I said, okay. And I did, went back to school. And when I was in class, I started hearing my mom's words come in my head. There's no money in this. There ain't no job. There's no money in this. There's no job. There's not a job. There's not a job. I'm telling you, it was repeating in my mind. And I remember telling my first husband, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to get a regular job and just work. And I did. I quit. That was the first time I ever quit anything that I was really good at. Not only good at it, I was actually passionate to see other people walking around with my hairstyle. Well, I'm at a crossroad now. The crossroad is that I'm back. I went back into time. Instead of me doing hair, I started sketching and making shoes, designing shoes. And these are really designed by me. I did this. And I decided I'm not giving up this time. No one, I don't care what anyone has to say, I will not give up. So if you want to get a pair of these shoes, I also have my other shoes here. These are the ones that I made as well. These are the sandals. I was supposed to show y'all this. So you already seen these sandals here, right? So I made these, I've been wearing them. And I'm glad I have been wearing them. You get a chance to see, they don't really wear out. And then these here, these are the sneakers. These are designer sneakers as well. Second. And let's see. So these are my very first prototype that I first sketched. The very first one. I am a flashy person. I love colors. So when you go online, you're going to see a bunch of colors. That's why I said my son wanted white. And he's like, I want white. I'm like, all right, got it. You want white. But I made white and then I put some design with it. I am serious when it comes to being different. I'm a different type of person. I like different. I don't like looking like the next person. So with that being said, every design that I make, there's only 100 pair, 100 pair of each design. Meaning that once I have sold 100 pair of these, I will no longer sell these anymore. 100 pair of these, no longer sell those anymore. 100 pair of these, no longer sell these anymore. So that way, you can't be walking down the street and you see someone else wearing the same shoe you have. And you're like, man, nice shoe, but I wish I was the only one with it. So in the whole world, you will be one of the hundreds with that particular design. Once I discontinue that design, I'm gonna sketch a whole nother design. Same type of shoe, but a different color, different leather, different style, different strength, different everything, okay? So now you get the point. Go to Alaila Carroll Style.com to see all the collections that I have for adults. Kids, go to imagingcoaching.com/kid style. I'm going to put the link in the comment, okay? Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your attention.